Anthony Horowitz, OBE, is one of the UK's most prolific writers who's just published Never Say Die, the 11th book in his internationally best-selling Alex Rider series. When was the first time you realised that this is what you're going to do for the rest of your life, that this is your gig, this is your job?
When I was 10 years old. I knew at that time, because I was at a horrible school in North London. I was being told regularly how useless I was at everything. Every teacher had given up on me. I was very unhappy. The only time I felt in control of my life was when I was in the library reading books or telling stories to the other boys in the dormitories. This was a boarding school. So I became the storyteller for the school, and I found myself doing that.
Right, and were you good at English, for example, English lit, English language?
I was quite good. I was my best subject, but I wasn't really any good at anything. And actually, as true to this day, I am a one-trick pony. I know that in my life I was born to write, and if you took writing away from me, there's not an awful lot left. It's, as I said, it's what I love doing, and it's what I'm good at.
But you kind of have to know about different cultures. If you look at something like Foyle's War, I mean, that's kind of something that you couldn't really possibly know about, really.
Well, but that's, of course, is the joy of reading, and it's why I bang on about how important it is to read and why having libraries open and having librarians in schools matters to me so much, because if you read books like I do, you learn so much about the world. Foyle's War, I would read 5 books for every single episode I wrote. You know, from subjects as odd as, I don't know, the invention of plastic surgery through to D-Day or whatever it might be. And it was that learning, and I read a lot of 19th century literature, Dickens and Trollope, and if you want to understand humanity, that's where you begin. So books have been my sort of world, and a lot of my knowledge has come from there. Obviously, I get around too. I visit schools, I go to other countries and everything else, and I'm a bit like a sponge in that sense. I'm always sucking in the experiences around me, but books is where it all began.